and welcome to another episode of the Cat Lady Podcast. My name is Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2 T's, C-A-T-T, which stands for Craft All the Things. I am not in my typical location today because I didn't want to drag everything upstairs. I typically record in a little spot in the corner of my bedroom, and usually my crafting stuff is up there, but I have some yarn to show off and some dyed yarn to show off, so I didn't want to drag those bins up. So anyways, thank you for joining me. Like I said, my name is Andrea. I am recording from Michigan, where I live with my husband, 2 kids, and 2 cats. This is a knitting podcast, and all sorts of other crafts are thrown in there, but typically I'm a knitter. Sometimes crochet, spinning, beading, all sorts of things. And I also just launched a hand-dyed yarn business last June, so I will talk about that as well. So thank you for joining me. If you're new, I hope you enjoy what you see. And again, thanks for checking me out. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back again and again and listening to my crazy antics. I do appreciate that. So without further ado, actually, what else was I going to say? Oh, you can find me all over the internet as the Cat Lady on Instagram, Facebook. I am Crafty Cat Lady on YouTube. You can email me at craftycatlady@gmail.com or thecatladydesigns@gmail.com. And my yarn website where I sell hand-dyed yarn is thecatlady.com. So I have branded myself relatively well with the Cat Lady. I'm so excited that I snagged that tag and came up with that because I don't know, it's very suitable for me. I love my handle, I guess you could say. So I primarily post on Instagram. Instagram then funnels over to Facebook group, but you know, some people don't use Instagram, some people don't use Facebook. So it is available usually on both platforms. I did just download TikTok, begrudgingly so. I've been trying to hold out because, you know, Instagram has the reels and stuff, so you can kind of do the similar things, and I'm working on trying to figure this stuff out. I mean, I'm 40 years old. I'm certainly not inept at you know, the digital things, but you know, I'm getting grumpy and starting to rebel against like, oh, damn you kids and your TikTok. But I downloaded it. I made a video because Instagram business took away my music, and I like putting little snippets of music in there. It's fun, right? I'm not using the music to try to sell my stuff. I mean, I get the point, but I just like to put music in there, and I like to put music that I like and know, not just random stuff. So that is the workaround. If I do a TikTok video, I can then import it into Instagram, and there I have my reel. It's ridiculous. So I may have to switch my accounts from business to, I think, what's called the creator account, which gives me still some insights and things, but I can't get the Instagram shop to work anyways, so it's ridiculous. All this stuff is ridiculous. My husband sent me a picture of a pager the other day, and it said 143, which if you are old enough to know what a pager is, you could only text numbers. So usually you would page someone with your number because then they would know to call you. But then you could put in things like 143, which meant I love you, because I, L-O-V-E, you, Y-O-U. So yeah, we both had pagers when we were growing up, so he's feeling very nostalgic about the past and how simple things were. And when I talk about things like the TikTok and whatever it is, it's true. It was so much simpler back then. If you like what you see and you like listening to me rant and rave about nostalgia, you can donate to the podcast. I have a Ko-fi account. It's www.ko-fi.com/thecatlady, and every cent of that goes to the podcast, which I am already thinking that I think I have enough if I want to get 1 skein of yarn from somewhere. I'm looking to support makers of color, black makers. So I have a few people in mind that I might want to buy a skein of yarn from. So I'm going to start poking around and looking. And then I can package it with a few extras around here. You know, some cats being weird. And make a nice little prize pack, and we can do some sort of make-along. So if you have any ideas of a make-along you'd like to do, please comment below. Do you want to make an accessory? Do you want to make socks? Do you want to make a sweater? Whatever you want. Eventually I should try to do a knit in my yarn make-along, but we'll wait till I get a little more popular. yeah, and then I should have enough money left over in the account to ship it somewhere. I will not probably open it internationally. I apologize, but international shipping is such a crazy, it was already crazy. It's now even worse with the UK changing things and everything, so I am not comfortable shipping something overseas. I will ship to Canada. So it is crazy expensive to ship to Canada, but I think I would have enough in my account to buy skeiny yarn and ship something to Canada. So yeah, so if you'd like to support my make-alongs and whatever, please just head over to the coffee account and throw in $1 and I'd be super appreciative. So that is my spiel. Sorry, that was a little bit long, but now let's go on to my FOs. So this is an old FO, but I haven't worn this in a while, so this is my Cricut made shirt. So it says, drink coffee, eat snacks, knit things, pet cats, and this is my mantra, and this is the best day ever, right? So I always have my coffee, I love snacks, I love to knit, and I love to pet my cats. So I love this shirt, and it's a sparkly, I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but it's a sparkly vinyl, so this was one of my first shirts I made, and I love it. So that is an old finished object. Onto new finished objects, so if you've been following me for a while, you've known that I found a beaded crochet ring that my great-grandmother had made when I was a kid, and I just still had it in my jewelry box, and I stumbled across it, and I'm like, how did she make this? And so I figured out that it was a crocheted ring. And so this is now my third one I've made, and each ring I make gets a little bit better, so this is probably the best one yet. And these are really nice beads. These are glass beads. The other ones I believe are plastic beads. So these are actually nice glass beads, so they were kind of a little bit easier to work with, I felt like, because the other ones were chipping. It is elastic thread. Oh, I have the materials, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I think I figured out how I like to do the band. That was always the sticking point. So this is the third time I've done it, and this is the best band, which I probably won't be able to show up close. But here is the ring. So it's just a very statement piece style beaded ring with an elastic crocheted band. So, and this is definitely my favorite one so far. The beads are nice and like sparkly almost, like the glass. You can see it, the faceted, they kind of shimmer a little bit. Really pretty orange color. I really like this. So for the band, the original pattern was like, you crochet, it's a free pattern. I linked it in a couple episodes back, so if you need help finding it, let me know. You start with a little chain for circle, and then you just start beading, and then you do a row without beads, and then you do a row with beads, a row without beads. 3 rows of beads, right? I think there's 10, 10, and 5. There's 3 rows of beads. And then so in between each bead row is a plain row, and then you end with plain row. And then the pattern says to directly start chaining your band, and it's wonky. I don't know. I don't like the way it is. And so for this one, so I ended my rings, or my ring part, and I did a chain of 15. And then instead of joining it on the other side, which I don't know if that's what the directions said either, actually. It was confusing. But instead of joining it on the other side, I then backed down the way and a half double, I think. So it's not a double crochet. I just kind of made it up. I didn't make it up. I know it's a stitch, but I'm pretty sure it's a half double crochet. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. So if you are a crocheter, you have your hook, you do a yarn over, then go in, and then you pull through all 3. So usually a double crochet is you yarn over, you stick your hook in, you go through 2, you yarn over, you go through 2. So this time, I didn't do a full double crochet, so I think it's a half double crochet. You yarn over, stick it through the stitch, pull through all 3 loops that are on your hook. And I did that all the way up. And it looked really nice. It's nice. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. The other ones were too thin. I didn't like them. And then I just attached it. So then I just hooked it in, like picked up slip stitches, slip stitched it into the other side. And I think that worked out really well. So like I said, each one gets a little bit better. So yeah, this is great. And so This is 25 beads. When you buy a pack of beads, you get apparently a crap ton of beads. I didn't know how many beads were in here, but this is how many beads I still have left. So I have easily enough for, I mean, I don't know if there's 20, there's probably not 25 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's, come on, math here. 15 and 25, is that 40? Yes. Yes. So there's 80 beads, roughly, if each strand is the same. So I can get 3 rings out of here, if I wanted. And then I bought this elastic thread, which is 0.8 millimeters. So, which I think is the perfect thickness. 1 millimeter looked too thick. I think 0.8 is the right size. And I still got quite a bit left of this as well. And I've made 3 rings. So I still have a lot of this cord left. It doesn't, 20 yards. So yeah, I still got a lot of rings left I can make. So that is my only finished object. But I have a work in progress that you haven't even seen, that I've talked about. So you will be familiar with it once I bring it up. But it is a crochet project. So this is all about crochet today. I said I'm primary knitting, but I have not talked about anything knitting yet. So this is another crochet project. Oh, when it's coming undone. Okay, hold on. Okay. So this is the Just Feel Festive Shawl by Caleisha Ryan, who is the Quirky Monday Craftcast. I believe last time we chatted, I did have it cast. Maybe I did show this off. Boy, I think I did, but I had just started. And I had restarted because I screwed up on the, or no, maybe I was talking about it. Maybe I was just talking about it. So yes, that's what happened. So I had frogged it. So I had cast this on and I was super excited, and I'm not an avid crocheter. So when I chained my beginning chain, I think it was too tight. And so then I started, and then I screwed up somewhere, and it was a hot mess, really. So I ripped it out, and then I think I recorded and I hadn't cast it back on. So that weekend I cast it back on again. And I cast on with a larger hook. So I did my initial chain with a larger hook. It's still a little tight, so I think I just chained too tightly when it comes to just a solid chain. And I noticed that with this, I tried to loosen up a little bit so it wasn't too tight. So it's still a little tight at the one end, but it's not going to matter. I mean, it'll block a little bit, and it's a shawl, it's a wrap, it's not going to matter. So this is using the 12 Days of Purrfect Sock, which was my hand-dyed yarn mini advent calendar that I did this year, and I am in love with this. I am in love with this. Every color just looks, not to toot my own horn, toot, but every color just looks so good crocheted. Now, is it going to would it look as good knit up? I don't know, but this looks amazing crocheted. That's all I have to say. So, here is what I have so far. It is almost done. Look at this! Look at this! Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this beauty. This is amazing. Seriously, I'm so happy with this. I couldn't even, I just can't not be happy with this. So I'm on the red right here. So yeah, here is I had a giant cake that it started with. So here's what's left of that. I have the red and the wine and chocolate. So let me go over the colors with you. So here's my cast on edge. So you can tell it's a little snug, and it's a little bit like, almost like a little circle, or half circle. But this is white chocolate peppermint bark. And then we go into hot cocoa. And then winter cottage is the blue and browns there, which fades really nicely. Like, I didn't make a fade, but I sort of tried to organize it like in colors that would kind of blend. So we have the white that goes into the cocoa with the white in the hot cocoa, and then the browns go into the browns and the blues, and then that goes into night sky, which has, you know, the lighter blues in it, which goes into the icicles, which is a really nice light blue with blue speckles in it, which goes into winter sunset. So we have now pull the blues and add some pinks and oranges and purples, which then goes into sugar plums. Again, this was all kind of winter themed. And then sugar plums goes into one of my favorites, Northern Lights. I love the way the Northern Lights one too. It's almost like stripey. You can see all the green kind of pops in the same spot. And then that goes into evergreen. And I'd say this one's my least favorite. I still like it, but this one just kind of stands out. This is Indian corn. This is a yellow one. And then I just started cranberries, which you can kind of see in there. And if you follow Barb from Flame and Fiber, she ordered an entire sweater quantity of DK in the cranberries. I was terrified because, you know, dyeing up a large batch of this color, any of these colors, compared to dyeing up the batch of minis that I did, and you know, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot more. So when I dyed my minis, I did 10 minis in a pan. So 10 20-gram minis, that's equivalent to 2 skeins of yarn. When I dye a full batch of yarn, it's 400 grams-ish. More if I'm using the 115 grams, but 4 skeins versus about 2 skeins. So it's tighter in the pan, so it had to be flipped an extra time, and there was a little bit more white areas. I mean, you can still tell very, very vaguely there's some lighter spots in there. It's, you know, sort of, I don't know if you can see that. So, but the bigger batch had a little bit more of the white spots. She loved it. The sweater's looking amazing. So go follow Barb from the Flame and Fiber podcast and go check out her cranberries sweater. So I am excited to see her finish that up. Ah, it's coming out again. Good thing about crochet is oh no, there it is, okay. It's really easy to, you know, if you drop a stitch, it's not really dropping a stitch, or if you lose it. So that is that. So that'll be done. So by the time I record next, that'll be complete. So we are excited. So what's next? What's next is my mom's sweater. So my mom bought me this yarn probably like 2 years ago, maybe even longer, because I made her so this is the Seclude by Alicia Plummer. I made her one and I made me one. They're matching. Can you see that? So it's basically a V-neck sweater with a contrast sleeve, and it's got thumb holes. So I have one in gray, two-tone gray, so it's a light gray with a dark gray, light gray with dark gray sleeves. And I made her one for Christmas that year. So whatever year that was, 2018? I think it was 2018. So then she said, oh, will you make me one more? And she bought me the yarn. And it's the same yarn, it's Caron Simply Soft. So these were the colors. So we have a nice bright blue with a light blue sleeve. So she mentioned at Christmas, she's like, I'm still waiting for my sweater. So that is on my Make 9 this year, and I was going to try to have that cast on before today so I could share that I at least cast it on, but I did not yet. So that is on the agenda for this weekend, maybe today. And after that, Festive is done, Just Feel Festive. I'm also going to cast on the Habitation Throw, which is my other Make 9 mini. So this wasn't even a Make 9 project. This was kind of like a bonus. So, but I'm happy I did it. So, but the other mini project, so I had my yarn and I had Lollypop Girl yarns, which is Laura, the Crocheting Hoovian. I bought her advent calendar, which was 24 10 grams, which the Habitation Throw uses 24 10 grams. So after that's done, I will cast on that, and I will attempt to work at least one color a day, maybe more. I mean, well, that's crochet. Crochet is faster. If I can get a color a day, that would be done in about a month. I know I can do more than that though. So maybe if I get 2 a day, then it'll be like a couple weeks. So that'd be just a nice little throw. Keep it on the back of the couch or something. So, so that is what is needle adjacent. Okay, well that's it for what I've been working on, so I will move on to some stash. So, for Valentine's Day, my husband and I signed each other up for subscription boxes. Well, we did it at the end of January because we weren't sure when they were going to arrive. Well, they both came within like a week and a half or so. So last time I showed off my Mickey Monthly box, so that's what I got. I got a Mickey Monthly, and we decided we would do it for like 3 months. So I got a Mickey Monthly box, and I got him a comic book subscription. Well, my second Mickey Monthly box has already arrived. So apparently the Mickey boxes ship at the first of the month, so I already got my Mickey box for February. Jim's comic books don't come until like the end of the month. So, but for my Mickey box, they're very eclectic, and I'll at least do one more. I don't know, maybe I can convince him to do another one. because they were fun. But I don't know what I'm going to do with these things because some of this is a little bit random. So this one is hand sanitizer. Okay, that's cool. We all can use hand sanitizer, right? It's cute, Mickey. Ocean Breeze scented. I don't know about the scent. I haven't opened it yet. But that is a Mickey Mouse hand sanitizer, so that's cute. This, which they're almost gone because they were amazing, was Toy Story 4 shortbread cookies. So they were just little cookies. Oh, they were so good. And if you cut off the back of the box, you can make a door hanger with Buzz Lightyear. So, probably do that. So, Jim's mentioned, I think he clicked, like, no food, but every box so far has had food, and I don't care because I like treats, so I'm totally for it. So, I still have not eaten the cotton candy that I got because, I don't know, I'm like waiting for a special occasion for some reason. Then we got a salt and pepper shaker. Which this is really nice, but I mean, like, yeah, this is just gonna go in my cupboard of trinkets because I'm probably never gonna use it, but it is a Fairy Godmother Cinderella salt and pepper shaker. So why not? Again, very random. Come on. Put you back later. And then, I think this was the last thing. That's the last thing I have. Which I'm excited about this one. This one's exciting. So, it is a Diamond Dots, which is one of those little, it's a Diamond Facet Art Kit. So, I've seen these before. I've never done one. But, and it's a little Eeyore. It's cute. But it's small, so it's like 8 by 7, so 9 by 9 inches. So, pretty small. So, it's a good thing to sample. So you take these little diamond bead thingies and you stick them to a like pre-sticky mat. That's kind of the instructions on there. I don't know if you can see that. But I need to unroll this. It's very rolled, so I need to flatten out. But you take this little pen and like you stick these little diamond thingies on there. I don't know. If you go back to the Reluctant Sisters podcast with Adrian, she did a really large llama that was adorable. So she hasn't podcast recently, but if you go back a few episodes, you can see her Diamond Dots kit, and it's really cute. So I've always wanted to try one of those, but just never have, and there you go. Now I can try one. And it's nice and small, so it's a good practice one. Jim said he almost bought me one for my birthday or something, because there was like a baby Yoda, which of course I would have loved, but... so now I get to sample that. So next is an amazing gift I got from a friend. So the Lefty Knitter podcast, Aquila, wanted to send a few gal pals a little Valentine slash extra late Christmas present. So she sent me a box of goodies. Let's see, we got a little card, little hearts on it. It says Happy Hearts Day. We got a energizing whipped mint cream mask and a lavender mud mask, so those will be fun to chill out with on a Saturday night. We got some Burt's Bees lip balm, which I could, especially this time of year, I could always use some lip balm with vitamin E and peppermint. It's gonna be good. Then we got one of her famous, I'm gonna call this famous, Christmas ornaments. I'm very excited. This is amazing. So she knits the beads into this like really thin crochet thread around the ornaments. So you guys have seen my ornaments. These are like amazing. These are way more fancy than my knit ornaments. So that's exciting. She got the kids a couple candy hearts, which are chocolate hearts, which I have not even showed them yet because I wanted to show them off on the podcast, so they have no idea these exist. So I can give them to them now. So they're just, I'm recording with my real camera again, so now it's trying to find my face. Anyway, you get the point. And then, I wish you could smell these. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell these. These smell so good, and I haven't gotten into these yet either. Oh, tonight is date night. I think these are gonna be dessert. So it's homemade candies. I'm gonna screw this up, but Wachenfuss sounds German, but it's a local candy shop near her. Oh, yeah, okay, that's the outside, but yeah, I don't know if I can hold this up or not, but oh my goodness. Look at these chocolates. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Oh, they smell heavenly. I really just can't wait. So half of these might be gone tonight. Look at me being a good podcaster and holding on to these. It's only been a couple days, but still. And then the best thing ever. So if you watch the Lefty Knitter podcast, you will know she has a Erlbacher Speedster knitting machine, and that knits out, you crank out socks typically. So she cranked out a pair of almost done socks because it was a surprise and she doesn't know my foot size, so it's perfect. So there's a waist yarn on the end here where the foot is. So I need to rip back some and then do the toe, which I'm a little bit nervous, but I really can't screw them up. I mean, if I rip back and I knit toe and it's not right, then I rip back again and I do it again, right? Until it's right. I am not a cuff down sock knitter. I am a toe up knitter. Now I take that back because I have made Rose City rollers, so I need to, but those are a heel flat but gusset. I don't know. I mean, I can put it on my foot and kind of guesstimate. I think the toe is like 2 inches when you, I don't know, I have to look it up. So I need to know exactly how long. So when I do is it the same? When I do a toe up sock, I knit my toe and then I knit for 7 3/4 inches before I start the heel, and they say the heel takes approximately 2 inches, right? So like, can I measure that much? So what would that be? 7 3/4 minus the 2 inches, because that's including the toe, I think. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So like, am I gonna knit to 5 3/4, or am I gonna, do I need to, like, here's where the heel starts roughly. Or that's the center of the heel. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm gonna have to figure this out. So, but that's not even the best part. Her husband has been working on dyeing yarn, and they've been making videos, and they've been amazing. So again, check her out. Check out the dye series from her husband. And he called her downstairs one day and said, "Here, dye some yarn." Like no prep, no nothing. Just here you go. Here's yarn ready to dye. Do it. And she did. And this is the yarn. And I love how it stripes like this. I think the sample she showed on hers did some like flashing and pooling, which was cool, but this is definitely my favorite. I love this like micro striping. So this is it. And she made like 4 pairs for me, a couple other girls, and herself. So we all have matching pairs. So it's like so cute. That's totally my thing. You know, I'm a twinsy with everybody, and I love it. So thank you so much. I love these. And now the kids can have their chocolate. Okay. And one final thing for stash, which is a kind of a funny story. So I don't even know how to explain it, but, and I don't know, maybe you've already noticed something's different about me. Probably not, because it is subtle, but it is different. And but you would think that people living in your own household would notice a difference. So I am wearing a hair extension right now. And it is a halo style hair extension, so it kind of lays here and then goes around the back. And I'm not going to take it off, but I will maybe later do a video. When I take it off, I'll take a little snippet of video and I will share it next time, because I got it all nice and fancy. It looks good. But you can see this is not my hair down here. Look how long this is. I mean, if you scroll back to previous videos, you will see my hair isn't this long, but it's kind of blending in with my shirt, so it may not be super noticeable. My real hair ends here. So this is my hair. This is the fake hair. Sorry, I was interrupted there with my camera. I got too carried away, but instead of starting over, I'll just turn around and show you the back again. So this is where the fake hair is, and this is the real hair. So I mean, it's a substantially longer hairpiece. And I wore it for 3 days. I got it in the mail over the weekend, and I didn't wear it or anything, but I put it in on Monday to test it out, and I wore it all day. Nothing. Put it in on Tuesday, wore it all day. Nothing. Put it on yesterday, Wednesday, wore it all day. Nothing. So finally at dinner I said, it's been 3 days and no one has noticed anything, and they're all kind of like, huh? And I pulled it out, and they're like, oh, okay. It wasn't very, you know, It wasn't like, oh my gosh, but it was just like, oh, okay. But I like it. I think it's fun. My hair is a little bit thinner, so, you know, kind of just, and I like the extra length. It's just, this is an 18-inch length. So my hair is probably like, what, like 14 inches. So this is the 18. I am tempted maybe to get one more. They say you can stack them. So if I got one more, it would kind of thicken it out a bit, and maybe if I got a 16, it would be right in between. Got it on Amazon because I wanted to try it out. Now, if this was something, so the Amazon ones are generally thinner than like if you went to got like a salon quality style one. There's a website called Hidden Crown that seems to have a good one, but they're expensive. No joke, they're expensive. So even if I got 2 of these, it still would be cheaper than going to that place. And then it would probably be thicker. But then it's kind of bulky because you got 2 of them. So really, it's a fishing wire with a big chunk of hair hanging off of it. So now if I put 2 fishing wires with big chunks of hair hanging off of it, I feel like it'd be awkward. I can feel it. People are like, oh, I don't notice it. Nah, I notice it's there, but it's not like... one day trying to figure out what size was complicated. The first day I think I might have had it too loose. Second day I had it too tight, so it kind of gave me a headache yesterday, and I think I figured this out. I think I figured out where, I think it is what it is now. So, but yeah, I pre-curl the extension, and then I curl up my hair a little bit, and then yeah, just kind of seamlessly kind of blends together. So let's see if I can... And the hair color, the color match was perfect. I mean, look at that. That is like, you cannot tell that is a different color hair. That is not a different color hair. That is my same hair color. Which, you know, my hair's dyed, and, you know, that's, the color options were very limited. So I kind of was like, well, I'm gonna try that one. So yeah, I did a good job picking. And so, I don't know. It might be fun. It's fun. And there's a way you can like wrap it around your ponytail to make like a big full ponytail. So I'm gonna play around with that. There's other kinds of extensions. You can get clip-ins. I don't know. I just think it's fun. Okay. I know I'm trying to, like, you know, have better body image, have better image, you know, or self-confidence and whatever. But I don't know. I equate this to like wearing makeup. It's just kind of a fun extra accessory. I'm not here to hide it. I did hide it for my family just to see if they noticed, and they did not. So, but I am here to flaunt it and embrace it because it's fun. So that is the last part of my stash. So, life news. I made myself a little list here. I mentioned date night, chocolate. So, every week for the last, we've been doing this pretty regularly. It's been a little over a month, maybe 2 months, maybe since January. Every week we have a date night, which, you know, we used to, in the summertime, we were, you know, virus. So, okay, pre-virus, pre-everything, we would get a sitter every once in a while. We'd go have a nice dinner out or whatever. Virus, actually, we decided to start going out to the park. So we could sit outside, we could get carry out, and we'd sit at the park. And the kids would be, you know, they have their tablets and stuff, and we would be like, you know, right around the corner, so they were okay. And now, since we can't leave the house, we've been opting to send the kids upstairs to watch television. So I feed them early. They go upstairs, and then when my husband comes home from work, we just have a nice, kind of nice dinner alone while the kids are upstairs. So that's worked out really well. We bought this little book that's called like Couples Q&A, and it's a question a day for 3 years. And it's one set of questions that you then answer for 3 years. So there's 365 days of questions, and then starting next year, you start over and see if your answers are changed to the same, whatever. So it's kind of fun. So we haven't been doing it every day. Instead, we've been saving it for our date nights and doing like 5. Because, I don't know, just once you read one question, you kind of start talking, and then you want to read the next one. And, you know, so we just do a handful of questions at a time instead of once a day. And that's been fun. So tonight we're doing fajitas, so steak fajitas, and that'll be fun. So, and I told him, he says, you don't have to make dinner every time. Maybe we can do carryout. So maybe next time, because so far I've cooked every night, or every date night, which is fine, but you know, that's not as, you know, chill, relaxed date for me, right? So next time he might bring home some carryout. So that's been fun. We've booked some camping trips. I don't know if I talked about that before, but the one trip that we tried to book, we couldn't because it just booked up so fast. It was for Ludington, which is one of our favorite places to go. And so I've just been rechecking the campsite like every day. And finally, I got a spot. So now we're set to camp in Ludington. We did book a hotel. I haven't canceled that yet, just in case. So if we're getting closer to the time and the weather looks terrible, maybe we'll keep the hotel instead. But we wanted to camp, and we're like close to Lake Michigan, and that is what our plan was. So yeah, we have three camping trips planned and a little stay at a campsite, but in a little cabin. Which, I mean, rustic cabin, no bathroom, but it's heated because it might be a little cold, and it's got you know, beds. So beds and a refrigerator, I think, is it. It doesn't have a bathroom. It's, you know, there's a bathhouse that's walking distance. So that is our summer plan. So that'll be fun. And my cat is still alive, and he is totally fine. He's almost acting better than he was before. Like, he must have got into something that wasn't making him feel well or something. I just don't know. But he is right over there, sitting, looking adorable, staring at me, and he's fine. So, crossing my fingers that we're past whatever that was. So, that's it. That's it for life. So, if you are here to see some yarn, I have lots of yarn to show. So, coming up is business. So, business news. So, there is a sale going on this weekend, but you do not have access to the code unless you are a newsletter subscriber. So, tomorrow I will post the code all over social media. But if you've gotten my newsletter, you've already got the code to save 15% off this weekend through Monday. So, stay tuned to social media for the coupon code for the weekend. So, and that is 15% off anything in the shop just through the weekend. So, just clear out some of the old stuff, make room for what's coming new. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen I've posted lots of new stuff, and I am very excited about stuff that I've come together. I'm trying to remember what I showed last time, but I'll show everything again, probably. So, I'm not going in any particular order, I'm just kind of going on what's on top. So, the last thing I dyed, this was like a disaster turned into like amazing yarn. And that's debatable. I don't know. Maybe you won't think it's amazing, but I think it's beautiful. It's just a moody, dark, I love it. And I named it Mayhem because, I don't know, it just felt like it was kind of chaos in the pan. So this is Mayhem. So you got like pops of pink and orange and purple. And then these like kind of dirty greens and blues. It's just the colors are, there's just so many colors in here. Here's a skein of it not wound up. So yeah, like look at this. Look at that section there. So this is Mayhem. We got 4 skeins on Purrfect sock. I did do a sample, but the sample did not pick up like those bright pops of color. So I like to throw a mini skein into all my new colorways so that I can knit up little samples that you've seen in the past. And so this one, I will still knit up a sample with it, but it's not gonna quite, you know, it's not got those like really bright, I mean it does sort of, but not when you look at like this, it doesn't have those really bright pops. It's more toned down. Because it was so small and like, you know, it took more of the dye probably. And then the overcolors colored over it a little more aggressively. So, oh, look at this one. Oh, I love that hot pink in there. And the purple. Oh, seriously. This was not what I was aiming for at all. This was not what I was going for whatsoever. So, and as I will be posting a reel, TikTok, whatever, soon, because I did take some videos, but every color I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay. Keep going. Okay. Okay. I'm like, and then after it was in the pan, I'm like, I don't know. And then I pulled one out and put it through the spin dryer. I'm like, oh, maybe this is good. This is good. So, that is Mayhem. If you are interested in seeing that on another base, let me know and I can do another round of that, because that was just like a sample round. Next up is Wyld oranges. And Wyld is spelled W-Y-L-D for reasons, for fun and just because. This was a custom order. I did a batch of 4, but someone requested, a friend of mine requested that she is doing a make-along. Let me see if I can find what it's called. Should have wrote that one down, but I did not. She is doing the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. So hashtag Rainbow Sock Chronicles. And every month they have to pick a different color of the rainbow, and March is orange. She's like, can you dye me some orange yarn? I said, well, sure. And she said, whatever you want, whatever base you want, anything, whatever. So we did Wyld oranges. It is coming up super duper bright. It is bright, but it's not like insanely bright. This one right there, it all has tints of pink in it, but this one seemed to grab way more pink. So I might list this one separately because it's got more it's got obviously more pink in it compared to these ones. But I mean, these ones still have pink in it. So you got that one. It's got the little pink splotch in there. There is pink in it. I put pink dye in there, so but it's very orangey, pinky tonal. I did do a sample, so there is my sample. So I think it came out really nice. And it is going to be a sock set. So I'm pushing sock sets this month, obviously, because of reasons. Just go back and watch BFL Lemonade and you'll know why. But this is what I got going for a sock set. So we'll bring out that pink. So this is the Wyld Oranges sock set. So I think that'll make a beautiful sock. And if you are not familiar with what a sock set is you take this 20-gram mini and you use it to make your toes, heels, and possibly a cuff. So if you have a sock here, so she did a contrast cuff, you would do a contrast heel, and then you would do the toe in that second color. And that's like one of my favorite ways to do socks, especially self-striping socks. If you have self-striping, which those aren't, none of these are, that's always my go-to. So if you saw my Rhinebeck rainbow socks a few episodes back, those have a contrast heel and toe, and that is my typical go-to to keep that nice sock stripe pattern without breaking it up for the heel. So that is Wyld Oranges with the this one, the minis don't have names at the moment, so, but that is the Wyld Oranges sock set. That's probably what it's going to be. I'm probably just not going to have the minis named. So next up is Let's Get Crazy. I got 4 skeins of this on BFL. I love this one too. This is amazing. This will be a sock set as well, but I have not done a contrast color yet. I'm thinking of picking up on that berry color. So that berry, maybe a little bit lighter than that though, that's kind of dark. I thought about taking that berry and maybe mixing in just a tad bit of fluorescent pink. It's going to be like a berry pink color, so I don't know, I kind of like picking up on that color right there. So that is the Just Get Crazy sock set, and this one I just went crazy, sort of. I reached into my drawer of dye and I picked out a color. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh god, I don't want to use that color. But I'm like, you know, I'm going to use that color. Or no, what did I do? So I picked it out. I'm like, it was champagne, which is an odd color. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to use that. So I went and reached out, I picked another one. It was Delphinium Blue. I'm like, wow, these are both like odd colors. So I'm like, you know what, I'm using it. So I sprinkled with the champagne so you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's some specks of like this yellowish color. And those are where the champagne was. So, which it's fine, because I mean, I went a little crazy. I just kept picking colors, so I did that. So yeah, you got these like champagne-y yellow speckles in here. So then I did the champagne, I did the Delphinium Blue, which I couldn't tell you which ones those are. Oh, but look at the spot like this, looks just so cool. I don't know if you probably can't see it because my camera's weird and maybe it focused, but and then I just kept speckling and speckling and speckling and flipping and speckling, and that's what I got. So I have a sample of that, so I was going to knit that one up. I have not done that yet. I'm only one person. So this will be a sock set. Now I'm going to push these as sock set. If, you know, there's leftovers, then I would consider breaking them up after the initial sales. So, okay, so that is that. So then we have, I will show you this real quick. So I am doing a custom order for a friend as well. I do custom things. You ask. I mean, worst that's going to happen is I'm going to say no. And don't be offended if I say no, because I can't do everything. But this one was simple. She wanted a dark green for a hat. So this is the sample. So this is going to come up really nice. So I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to do the one skein of DK on this green, for this green. So that was my sample. So it's really nice. So next is, oh, this one was a labor of love. Okay, I do love how it turned out. Do I ever want to do it again? I don't know, but I would do it again. So this is called Festival, and I have a video that we'll be posting. Hair keeps kind of falling in my face. I have a video that we'll post next week on the dyeing of Festival. So this is Festival on the 17 micron Merino. And I love how the speckles came out. Well, I love everything about it. I really do. This is, oh shoot, I don't have the photo. Well, if you watch the video, I have an inspiration photo for this. And I love doing things with inspiration photos, and I love it when they actually turn out. So my 12 Days of Perfect Yarn, if you scroll back through my Instagram, you can see I had an inspiration photo for each yarn that I did. Here is a sample knit up in the Purrfect sock base. So this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous shawl. And this is a shawl. You know, it would just keep going and going, right? So this is one of the 5 shawls, 5 days patterns from Aroha Knits. So yeah, I love these little shawls. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these. I got all these little tiny little knitwear things that I don't know what to do with. But they're so cute. Okay, so that was on the Merino. This is the DK. So we have 4 skeins in DK. Oh, look at that. And then we have 4 skeins in Purrfect sock. Okay, so that is Festival. Next, okay, this is what you've seen. You've seen, I don't know if you saw the skeins. I think I showed you the samples. This is Dreamland. And it's funny because I was listening to Dreamland by Glass Animals, which is the album name, and looking at the cover, it's not the same, but it's a very similar palette of these pinks and purples and blues. So that is why it's called Dreamland, because it totally like matched the cover a little bit, unintentionally. So that is Dreamland, and you saw the video. I have a video of that being dyed up, roaming around on the interwebs. And that's going to be a sock set as well, which originally was going to be this, and I don't like how this turned out. So this was the plan for this at first, and I don't like it. It's not the right pink. So this might be a hot pink. This might go with hot pink. This might need a hot pink. So, oh, let's see. So what if we did like a hot pink with that? What do you think of that for a sock set? Just picture that a lot smaller. And of course it's being like completely blown out because that's what my camera does, the hot pink. But I don't know, I think that could be fun. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this needs for a sock set. If you have any ideas on what color mini should go with this, I would love to know. I'd like it to be, you know, it needs to be contrast, but it also needs to pick up some, it doesn't have to pick up the colors in there, but I don't know, sock set. Let me know what you think. And that is Dreamland. And then we have Purple Irises. So again, you saw the minis that I knitted, or you saw the minis I knitted up with these, but I didn't show you the actual skeins. So this is Purple Iris. I love this one. This one's so pretty too. This one just looks exactly like a Purple Iris. And the mini that goes with this is this nice purple. So this is the sock set for Purple Iris. So this nice, pull out that nice purple color. So these will be available in sock sets. Shop update is hopefully going to be in the next week or so. I still have some yarn soaking that needs to be dyed that I want to get ready. And I need to list everything and get everything on that and taken care of. So that's the plan, but if you subscribe for my newsletter, you will get the up-to-date latest. So, last but not least is a fan favorite so far. This is Emerald Sea, which also I have a dye video up on this. So I have 4 skeins of DK in Emerald Sea, and thank you so much to Mary to help me naming this because it was a perfect name. It was like the name that I had on the tip of my tongue, I just didn't know it. I have 4 skeins of the 17 micron, which, oh, this would make such a beautiful shawl. Oh, beautiful. So Emerald Sea on the 17 micron, and then 4 skeins on the Purrfect sock. So all of that will be available for the next shotgun put in. Also the two skeins, two? I think just 2. I don't know where the other one was. 2 skeins of Dirty Leprechaun. This was a one-off, 9 lives. Oh, so these are my older skeins. These are my newer skeins. Look at the size difference. It's incredible, isn't it? So I requested them to be longer, and so much easier. So much easier. They just look nicer wrapped up. Like that just looks nicer. You can see all the colors better. So I don't know what to do with the old ones. I still have some. I'll still have to dye up the old ones, but because I still have like a handful of BFLs in the little fat versions. So maybe those will be my one-off 9 lives. That would be perfect actually. Because I do have more dye to use up for 9 lives. But Dirty Leprechaun, there will be 2 of those on BFL. So that's it. That was a lot. And again, there will be more to come. So I am running out of time. I am going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and click the little bell to get notifications. Especially I am doing more dyeing videos than posting here, so you'll want to be notified about those because those are always fun. And if you want to see more, let me know. If you want more explanation about my dyeing, I'll be happy to do that. I usually just kind of do my thing and put in some music. Festival, I do stop and explain a few things because I didn't quite video it, so make sure you listen to that one. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and I hope everyone gets to craft all the things. See you next time.